The waiter had barely stepped away when Adrian Cole froze in the middle of the ballroom. A small boy had slipped through the crowd, weaving effortlessly between elegantly dressed guests, and was walking straight toward him with a purpose that made Adrian's chest tighten. The child moved as if the entire luxurious space meant nothing, oblivious to the clinking glasses, the whispered gossip, and the soft orchestral music playing in the background. Adrian's eyes followed the boy, slow at first, until the child stopped right in front of him and tilted his head, staring as though weighing something invisible. "Why are you staring at my mom like that?" the boy asked, his small voice cutting clearly through the background noise. The question hit Adrian like a jolt of electricity. He blinked once, then again, unsure if his brain had actually registered the words. "What did you say?" he asked quietly. The boy pointed deliberately across the room. "My mom," he repeated. "You keep looking at her." Adrian followed the direction of the boy's small finger, and that's when he saw her. Elena stood near the far side of the ballroom, frozen in place, her eyes wide, her body tense. 7 years of absence returned in that instant, threatening to crush him with both recognition and regret. His breath caught in his throat. Elena had changed little, only sharpened by time and hardship, but her presence was immediately familiar, and for the first time in years, Adrian felt the weight of what he had missed. "Elena," he whispered under his breath, almost involuntarily. The boy's curiosity hadn't waned. "You know my mom?" he asked, peering up at Adrian. Adrian's gaze fell fully on him, and his heart froze. The dark hair, the stubborn little set of his jaw, the intense, watchful eyes, they were identical to his own. His chest tightened violently. This boy, he had Adrian's eyes. Before he could say anything, Elena moved suddenly, rushing forward through the crowd. "Daniel," she called urgently, grabbing his small hand and pulling him close. "I'm sorry," she said, her voice tight with nervousness. "He didn't mean to bother you." Daniel frowned, undeterred. "I wasn't bothering him. I just asked the question." Adrian felt something shift in him, a mixture of disbelief and dawning realization. "What's your name?" he asked, quietly. Elena's grip tightened instantly. "That's enough," she said. Daniel raised his eyebrows in defiance. "Daniel," he said proudly. Adrian's heart lurched. "Daniel what?" he asked. Elena glanced at him, her eyes full of something between fear and resolve. "That's enough," she repeated softly, pulling the boy closer to her side. Adrian lowered his voice, careful not to draw attention from the nearby guests. "Elena, we need to talk." "There's nothing to talk about," she said quickly, her words sharp but strained. Daniel looked up at her, confused. "Mom, who is he?" he asked innocently. Elena forced a small smile. "Just someone from work," she said. Adrian let out a soft, incredulous breath. "Just someone?" he murmured. "Yes," she replied. "Now come on, Daniel." But Daniel, sensing the tension, wasn't ready to let the matter go. "You know him?" he asked, tilting his head. Every small resemblance, every shared expression made it impossible to deny the truth forming in his mind. "How old are you?" he asked, a strange tightness in his chest. Elena's posture stiffened. "That's none of your concern," she snapped. Daniel tugged on her sleeve. "Mom, he's the guy from the building." Adrian raised an eyebrow. "What building?" Daniel pointed toward the skyline visible through the enormous windows. "The one with your name on it," he said casually. Adrian's stomach twisted. Elena froze, realizing the truth that Adrian was beginning to piece together. "Elena," he said quietly, "we need to talk somewhere private." She shook her head instantly. "No!" "7 years ago, you disappeared without a word," he continued softly. "And now I find you here with a 6-year-old who looks exactly like me." Her eyes flashed with panic and disbelief. "You made your choice," she said sharply. Adrian frowned. "What choice?" she shot back. "You said you didn't want complications." Adrian's expression darkened. "I never said that," he said quietly. "You did," she insisted. "You were arguing with your father, remember?" Adrian's mind began to replay the memory. "You heard half the conversation," he said slowly. "The other half was me arguing, trying to tell him he couldn't control my life." Elena stared at him, her voice catching. "You never told me that." Daniel, standing in the middle of this adult tension, tilted his head. "Wait, are you guys saying he might actually be my dad?"
Elena quickly answered, "No." Adrian remained silent. The tension was suffocating. "I need the truth," he said quietly, staring at her. Daniel crossed his arms, looking between them, his voice serious despite his small stature. "Mom, did he know I existed?" Elena's eyes filled with guilt and fear. "No," she whispered. "Not even a little?" Daniel asked. Adrian shook his head, the weight of the years pressing down on him. Daniel's little face scrunched in confusion. "So you guys didn't talk, and I was just here all this time?" "Exactly," Elena admitted quietly. Daniel looked horrified. "That's messed up," he muttered. Adrian reached down to Daniel's level gently. "Daniel, I want you to know something. I'm not going anywhere now. I wasn't aware of you before, but that changes today." Daniel's eyes brightened slightly, though confusion lingered. Elena, standing beside him, swallowed hard. "Adrian, it's not that simple," she said. "We can't just pretend 7 years didn't happen." Adrian nodded. "I know, but we can start from here." Daniel looked back at her. "Mom, does this mean I get to see him now?" Elena hesitated. "We'll have to figure that out," she said carefully. Daniel grinned, ignoring the tension. "Cool, I have lots of questions anyway." Adrian smiled faintly. "I think I can answer most of them." Elena shook her head, exasperated. "You have no idea what you're getting into," she said softly. Adrian's gaze softened. "I think I do. I've been waiting for this moment longer than I realized." Daniel bounced slightly in excitement. "Yes, finally!" He turned toward Elena. "Mom, he's nice, and he looks like me." Elena let out a shaky laugh. "You're unbelievable," she said. Adrian stepped forward, his hand lightly brushing Daniel's shoulder.
"We'll take it slow, but we will figure this out, I promise." Daniel's grin widened. "Deal." Elena glanced at him nervously. "The truth is complicated," she said quietly. 7 years, Adrian. For 7 years, I kept this secret because I thought it was safer." Adrian's eyes darkened. "Safer for whom?" "For you, for me, for Daniel," she said. "I thought if you knew, you would, what, fight with your family? Be forced to make choices you didn't want?" Adrian shook his head. "It's not about me. It's about him." He gestured to Daniel. "I want to be a part of his life, even if it's complicated." Daniel looked up at him, his little eyebrows drawn together thoughtfully. "Then you're my dad?" he asked cautiously. Adrian nodded slowly. "Yes," he said softly, "I am." Daniel's eyes widened, and a huge smile spread across his face. "Yes!" he shouted quietly, punching the air. Elena placed a hand on her chest, breathing hard, her face full of relief and fear at the same time. Adrian watched them both, feeling a strange mixture of joy, guilt, and awe. "We have a lot to fix," he said gently. "I know," Elena whispered, "but maybe this is finally the start." Daniel bounced slightly on his heels. "This is the best night ever." Adrian couldn't help but chuckle. He looked down at the boy and then at Elena. "And we're not going anywhere," he said firmly. Daniel's grin widened. "Good, because I have more questions." Adrian laughed softly. "I think I can handle them." Elena shook her head, smiling despite herself. "I can't believe this is happening." Daniel tugged at Adrian's sleeve. "Hey, Dad, can I come to your office now?" Adrian glanced at him, then at Elena. "I think we can arrange that," he said, smiling warmly. Daniel cheered. "Yes, best night ever." Elena finally exhaled a shaky laugh. "You're impossible," she said. Daniel shrugged, proud. "I know." Adrian glanced at both of them, his voice soft but firm. "From now on, we figure this out together." Daniel beamed. "Deal." Elena looked at him, hope and fear mingling in her eyes. "Deal," she said quietly. The three of them stood together, finally confronting 7 years of secrets, misunderstandings, and lost time. And for the first time in a long while, the air between them felt like a chance to start over. If this story caught your attention, don't just watch and scroll. Hit that subscribe button right now so you don't miss what happens next.
The truth about Adrian's family is only beginning to unfold, and the next episode gets even more intense. Drop a comment and tell me what you think will happen next, because trust me, you're not ready for what's coming. Subscribe now and stay with the story.